Hello students, now I'm going to teach you how to do the analysis section of the art critique. Again, the art critiques are found in your Google Classroom under Art History. This week you have these 4 sections. I already went over how to do the description section. This is the analysis section. Okay, so I'm just going to read this text to you, because I would tell you this anyway. This is the part of the art critique where you're going to use the language of art and the elements and principles to explain why you think the artwork is successful or not. Which element of art did the artist rely on the most to make the artwork? Which principle of design did the artist rely on most to make the artwork? What is it that the artist wants you to look at more than anything else? The focal point. How does he or she steer your eye to that place and hold your attention there? Now, I can't take credit for this next statement. My friend Robert Gilman at Patterson High School, where I used to teach in Baltimore, came up with this one, but it's brilliant, so I always use it. If art were a cake that you were going to bake, the elements of art are the ingredients, and the principles of design are the recipes. Here's what I mean by that. You want to make a dessert. Will you make a pie? Will you make a cake? Will you make cookies? Will you make pudding? Each of those things is a dessert, but each requires a completely different set of ingredients. If you want to make a piece of art, you would approach it in the same way. Which principle of design rules the artwork that you are making? What elements of art help that principle to dominate the others or edge them out entirely? Okay, so for this one, we still have the picture there, and you're going to tell me what element of art stands out the most in this artwork. So let's look at this artwork. I would say in this one, I'm going to say value. Now, you might decide that you want to say form because it's a sculpture. Whatever it is that you choose, I will accept it if you can support it with visual facts from the artwork. So I'm going to say it's value, and then the next question after that is briefly describe how and where this element shows up in the artwork, and be specific. So value shows up in the artwork because we have this white urinal that has shades of gray that are defining it in 3 dimensions, and it's sitting on another white object, this pedestal, and we see shading under there. There's a lot of contrast there, and in the background we see lots of different shades of white and gray and black. So that would be my reason, okay? Now I'm going to choose a principle of design that stands out the most in this artwork. And I'm going to choose contrast, because contrast and value often go hand in hand. Look at the contrast, the way that the white urinal stands out against the dark background, okay? So that's my answer there. How do the element and principle you chose in your answers above work together to make this painting successful? Be specific. So I've just told you what I think the most important art element and principle of design are, and I'm going to tell you now that I think they work together to make the artwork successful by well, I think I've already told you this. I said so in the description of value and contrast. This white urinal is standing out against this dark background. Also, the contrast between, so we have contrast between white and this dark shading in the back. We also have contrast between this slick, shiny, smooth surface and this rough, textured surface in the background. Okay? And those two things together highlight the urinal and make it stand out in the picture. What is the focal point in this artwork? That's our next question. And so you want to look for the thing that your eye goes to first, or the thing that your eye lands on and you just can't stop looking at it. So I'm going to again zoom this out so we can see the whole picture at once. Excuse me. So where does your eye go and you just can't quit looking at it? For me, it's this area right here. It's just to the left of center, and just above and to the right of center we have this triangle with the dots and it's pointing up, and then we have this dark circle. It's like a bullseye right there. That is the focal point. All right, now I want to talk to you a little bit about, notice how I said that the contrast of the white object against the dark background really makes the urinal stand out from the background. Notice that I was specific about what stands out and what it stands out against, what it stands out from. I did not say, oh, it just makes it really pop. That is a nothing word that means nothing that a lot of students like to use, and I want you to exercise your vocabulary and say things like, you know, if you're going to say, even if you're going to say it stands out, I want you to tell me what stands out, where does it stand out, what is it standing out from or against, what's the background, what's the foreground, okay? All right, now, the last question is about the focal point. Still, it says, why does that part of the artwork that you chose as the focal point, oh, there I did it again, stand out more than anything else? Let me go unclick that. And I already told you that. I said that I thought that that circle right there looked like a bullseye, right? It's not exactly in the middle of the picture. It's just to the left of center, but it's close enough that it just holds your eye right in the middle of the picture. So I was very specific about that, okay? So that is how you do the analysis section of the artwork. If you have any questions, please let me know. Have a great day. Goodbye.